Hi and welcome to today's video by Study Unifees. Today we'll be talking about the Australian student visa. The focus of today's video will be upon the new changes in force as of the 23rd of March, and finally on how to increase your chances of getting a student visa to Australia in the new scenario. First, let's recap what the new scenario is all about. As of the 23rd of March, GTE or Genuine Temporary Entrant is no longer in force. It has been replaced by the Genuine Student Requirement and the Genuine Student Test. This is a shift from evaluating whether you are going to Australia only temporarily to now evaluating whether you are a genuine student or not, whether your intention is only to study in Australia. You will also have the opportunity to declare an intent to immigrate to Australia after your studies. Another change is there will be a lot of questions in the visa application form because the genuine student requirement has been inserted into the visa application process. It is not separate, unlike GTE. These questions will basically be in the SOP format. For instance, you will be required to write about your circumstances in your home country. You will also be required to talk about the value of the course to your future. You have to answer these questions within 150 to 200 words, and these, as I said previously, are part of the visa application form. In addition, there will also be an interview conducted by the visa officer. Finally, as the directive by the Department of Home Affairs states, generic or general statements will not be given any weightage. That means if you say general things like Australia has a very good education system, then that will not have any value in the visa application process. So, this is the new scenario. The whole focus of the new scenario is to get genuine students into Australia who can later contribute to important fields like tech, IT, natural sciences, and also medicine. So, let's talk about many things that you must do in order to navigate around the genuine student requirement and the genuine student test. First, do a very honest and frank self-assessment on your own academic creds. In the new scenario, the reputation of your board or your university matters much more than previously. The reputation of the college that you went to is also very important now. Your own academic performance is more important now than previously, and your overall profile, which includes your extracurricular activities and your co-curricular activities, also matter more. So first, evaluate your academic creds to see if they align with those of a genuine student who intends to study in Australia. Next, because there has been change in the IELTS requirements too, and because now you are being evaluated to see whether you are a genuine student or not, IELTS, PT or TOEFL has become much more important. So one more thing you can do to basically boost your chances of getting your subclass 500 visa is to get a really good IELTS, PT or TOEFL score. Next, it is really important to understand your current circumstances. You must ask yourself what your ties to your family are, what your ties to your community are. If you're a grad, evaluate your employment till date. Also, look very closely at your economic circumstances. Things that are related to your current circumstances are firstly, why you have chosen to study in Australia when probably the same course is available in your home country. Secondly, how strong are your personal ties to your home country, given your economic circumstances in your home country. Also, it's very important to understand the choices you have made. You must have genuine reasons for choosing Australia or choosing a particular course or a particular university. The most important question that visa officers will now ask themselves as of the new directive by the Department of Home Affairs is whether your current circumstances are the main reason that you are applying to Australia for a student visa. If your current circumstances, such as your economic circumstances, your financial situation, are the reason that you're applying to Australia, chances are your application will not be viewed favorably. Next, you must evaluate your potential circumstances in Australia. That is, you must analyze very closely what your future situation will be once you are actually studying in Australia. Your level of knowledge of the proposed course and the university will be looked at much more closely. Again, remember, general statements will not apply. Your previous study and qualifications and how well they align with your proposed studies will also be analyzed much more closely than in the GTE scenario. Also, visa officers will look at your planning as far as accommodation is concerned. They will also focus on financial stability once you are there, meaning your means to be able to pay for everything without resorting to other means is also going to be evaluated very closely now. So, with regard to your potential circumstances, that is, your future situation in Australia, the main thing that visa officers are going to ask themselves is whether your future situation in Australia is the reason that you're applying for a subclass 500 visa. If it seems to the visa officer that your future situation in Australia is the main reason you're applying for a student visa, then probably your application will not be viewed favorably. Next, you must look very closely at the value of the course that you are taking in the context of your future, meaning how valuable your course is to your future. In this, you must evaluate whether your proposed course is consistent and a logical progression from your previous education. Also, you must evaluate whether your earnings by way of salary and benefits will be proportionate to your course. One way in which you can really help yourself is to do a lot of research for the visa application form and maybe the interview. First, try to understand what does it mean to be a genuine student as per the new rules. Next, understand the visa conditions for a subclass 500 thoroughly and ask yourself whether your own intentions are aligned with these conditions. After this, research why Australia is such a great destination, why this course is good for you, and why this university matches your needs. Remember what I said earlier, general statements like Australia has a very good educational system, or this course will help me for my future, or this university has very high standards and is ranked so and so, will not help. Your answers in the interview as well as the visa application form should be much more specific than general statements like these. Then also look very carefully at your current and future circumstances. That is, your current circumstances in your home country and your future circumstances in Australia. So, the most important questions in relation to your application are: do you have everything that a genuine student has? Do you know the visa conditions? Do you have solid reasons for choosing Australia or a particular course or a particular college or university? If the answer to all these questions is yes, then yes, you should go ahead with your visa application. Thanks for watching this video. For more insightful videos like this, like, share and subscribe. To get counseling on the new scenario in Australia or to get your study in Australia plans on track, register at www.studyunifees.io for a free appointment.